Good day, class. Well, how are you doing today? By the way, I am teacher Henry Jude Maningo, and I will be discussing about the common communicable diseases.
China is facing its worst outbreak of COVID-19. That's a very high level for China. Scientists.
If you have cold, you have experienced having a communicable disease. A disease is a condition that interferes with the proper functioning of your body or mind. A disease is also considered communicable if it is spread from one person to another. It can be transferred directly or through contaminated animal or object. Now, how communicable diseases are spread? First, diseases can spread from one person to person through physical contact, such as through touch, sexual intercourse, such as gonorrhea and HIV, fecal or oral transmission, such as hepatitis A, or droplets, such as influenza or tuberculosis. Second, diseases can spread through contaminated animals, such as bites from insects or animals that are capable of transmitting diseases. Examples like mosquito that brings malaria and yellow fever, and flea that brings plague. And lastly, diseases can spread through contaminated objects, such as through food, blood, or even water. Communicable diseases are caused by very small living things or microorganisms, commonly called pathogens. What are pathogens? Pathogens are also called germs or disease agents. Pathogens spread disease to people in different ways. There are 4 common types of pathogens. These are viruses, bacteria, fungi, and parasites. Viruses are the smallest type of pathogens. They cause diseases like the common cold, influenza, also known as the flu, hepatitis, chickenpox, herpes, measles, mononucleosis, mumps, polio, rabies, smallpox, and viral pneumonia, and even AIDS. It is a good thing that scientists have found a way to prevent many of these diseases caused by viruses. A vaccine is a medicine that creates antibodies in person to fight a virus. Here are some examples of virus-causing communicable diseases. We have first, the flu is a disease that is easily spread between people. When you have body aches, a fever, and a sore throat, you probably have the flu. The word flu is the shorthand for influenza, which is the official name of this infectious viral illness. Next one, we have the chickenpox, which is a highly contagious disease caused by the Varicella zoster virus, or also known as the VZV. It can cause an itchy, blister-like rash. The rash first appears on the chest, back, and face, and then spreads over the entire body, causing between 250 and 500 itchy blisters. Last one is the coronavirus or COVID-19, which is a group of related viruses that cause diseases in mammals and birds. In humans, coronaviruses cause respiratory tract infections that can range from mild to lethal. The next type of pathogen is the bacteria. Bacteria are microscopic one-celled living things that can be found almost everywhere. Most bacteria are harmless and some are even good for the body, like the bacteria in the stomach that helps digest food. Bacteria can even be used to make food, like yogurt and probiotic drinks. However, some bacteria are harmful and cause diseases. Some diseases caused by bacteria are bacterial pneumonia, diphtheria, Lyme disease, firstborn disease, gonorrhea, pink eye, strep throat, and tuberculosis. Here are some examples where you can find good bacteria. You can find it in yogurt, a fermented slightly acid, often flavored semi-solid food made of milk and milk solids to which cultures of two bacteria, the Lactobacillus bulgaricus and Streptococcus thermophilus, have been added. And the next one can be found in the probiotic drinks, which help your body digest food, keep bad bacteria from getting out of control and making you sick. It also creates vitamins and help you support the cells that line your gut to prevent bad bacteria that you may have consumed through food or drinks from entering your blood. And here are examples where you can find bad bacteria. You can find it first in sore eyes. Allergies and eye infections can both cause your eyes to feel sore, red, and itchy. Often itchy or irritated eyes can become sore after excessive rubbing. The eye infection conjunctivitis is a particularly common cause of sore, red eyes. Contact lens irritation can also cause sore, red eyes. Next one is we have tuberculosis, an infectious bacterial disease characterized by the growth of nodules or tubercles in the tissues, especially the lungs. The next type of pathogen is the fungi. Fungi are simple organisms that cannot make their own food. Many fungi are microscopic, but some are visible to the naked eye. Examples of fungi are yeasts and molds. Some fungi are beneficial, like the yeasts that are used to bake bread or to certain strains of bacteria. However, many fungi can cause health issues in people, like ringworm and athlete's foot. Here are some examples of fungi. First one, we have the yeasts. It is used as a fermentation agent in the bakery or in the bread industry, and in brewery or in the wine industry. Second one, we have the ringworm. Ringworm is a common infection of the skin and nails that is caused by fungus. The infection is called ringworm because it can cause an itchy, red, circular rash. Ringworm is also called tinea or dermatophytosis. The different types of ringworm are usually named for the location of the infection on the body. Next one, we have the athlete's foot. Athlete's foot is caused by the same type of fungi or dermatophytes that cause ringworm and jock itch. Damp socks and shoes and warm, humid conditions favor the organism's growth. The last type of pathogen are the parasites. These are unicellular or one-celled living things, more complex in structure than bacteria. Parasites rely on their host for their food. Some parasites are harmless to people, but some can cause amoebic dysentery and malaria. Malaria. According to the WHO, malaria is preventable and curable, though it may be difficult to trace, as the parasite can enter the body and stay dormant for long periods. Now class, let's check the meaning of the different terms discussed. We have here antibodies. These are substances produced by the body to fight viruses. Next one, microscopic, invisible or indistinguishable without the use of microscope. Unicellular, having or consisting of only one cell. The host, a living animal, plant or human, where a parasite lives. Probiotic, a microorganism that when consumed in food or dietary supplement maintains or restores beneficial bacteria. That is all for the discussion. And if you have reached on this part of the video, you did a very good job. Now, my dear students, to wrap up on the things being discussed today, we discussed about the disease, in which it is a condition that interferes with the proper functioning of your body or mind. Next one, we also talked about how communicable diseases can spread, in which it can happen through person to person, through contaminated animal, and of course, through contaminated object. Then, we discussed about the pathogens, which are also called germs or disease agents, and it's four common types. Namely, first one, we have the viruses, which are the smallest type of pathogens, and examples such as flu, chickenpox, and coronavirus. Next one, the bacteria, which are microscopic one-cell living things that can be found almost everywhere, and it can be classified into two types. The good bacteria that can be found in the yogurt and probiotic drinks, and bad bacteria which can be found in sore eyes and tuberculosis as the given examples. The third pathogen, the fungi, which are simple organisms that cannot make their own food. Many fungi are microscopic, but some are visible to the naked eye. Examples given from fungi are the yeast, ringworm, and athlete's foot. And the last one, the parasites, which are unicellular or one-celled living things that they rely on their host for food. Finally, you have reached at the end of this video. I am so glad that you have learned one thing new today. Just like what Steve Jobs said, learn continually. There's always one more thing to learn. Thank you so much for listening. Be happy and enjoy the rest of your day.